Forget boring tractors that just plowed fields. The 1980s gave us beasts of steel that changed farming forever. These weren't just machines, they were icons, tractors that hit highway speeds, pulled monster plows, and ran non-stop for decades without breaking down. Today we're counting down the 10 European tractors that dominated the 1980s, and trust me, some of these legends are still outworking modern machines, even after 40 years. Let's fire up the engines and dive in. Number 1. Fendt Favorit 611 LSA. The Fendt Favorit 611 LSA was one of the most advanced tractors of the 1980s and played a key role in shaping modern European farming. Introduced in 1980, it offered around 150 horsepower from a 6-cylinder MAN diesel engine, making it powerful enough for heavy fieldwork while remaining versatile for transport duties. What truly set the 611 LSA apart was its ability to reach 40 km/h on the road, which was groundbreaking at a time when most tractors were limited to much slower speeds. Contractors and larger farmers loved this because it allowed them to cover long distances quickly, especially when hauling grain trailers or silage wagons. The cab of the 611 LSA was a major selling point. Known as the comfort cab, it was mounted on rubber blocks to reduce vibration, included heating and ventilation systems, and was designed with excellent visibility. Long hours in the tractor were less exhausting compared to older machines, and this greatly improved efficiency during busy seasons like harvest. The controls were thoughtfully arranged, making the tractor easier and more pleasant to operate. The transmission was another highlight. With multiple synchronized gears and the ability to shift smoothly under load, the 611 LSA was ahead of its time. It also came standard with four-wheel drive and advanced braking systems that gave it excellent stability both in the field and on the road. This combination of comfort, safety, and power gave Fendt a premium reputation, and farmers often referred to the brand as the Mercedes-Benz of tractors. Even today, the Fendt 611 LSA is remembered as a classic milestone in tractor engineering. Many are still in use, proving just how well they were built. Collectors value them highly, not only for their performance, but also for their role in transforming farming into a more comfortable and efficient profession. Number 2. Deutz-Fahr DX 630. The Deutz-Fahr DX 630 was one of the most powerful and impressive tractors of the early 1980s, delivering around 180 horsepower from its air-cooled V8 diesel engine. This model was designed for large-scale arable farms that required brute strength to pull heavy plows, cultivators, and seed drills. At a time when horsepower was becoming a crucial factor for efficiency, the DX 630 stood out as a machine that could handle the toughest tasks with ease. The Deutz V8 air-cooled engine was a defining feature. Unlike water-cooled systems, the air-cooled design reduced complexity, eliminated the risk of coolant leaks, and made the tractor lighter and easier to maintain. Farmers appreciated the simplicity, as the engine could run reliably even under extreme conditions without overheating. Its distinctive roaring sound also gave it a reputation as one of the most aggressive-sounding tractors of the decade. The transmission offered up to 20 forward speeds, giving operators flexibility for field work and road transport. The tractor came with selectable four-wheel drive and a robust hydraulic system that could lift heavy implements without strain. Its large frame and heavy-duty axles ensured stability during demanding operations. The cab, developed with ZF engineering, was considered luxurious for its time. Wide windows offered excellent visibility, while sound insulation and comfortable seating reduced operator fatigue. Farmers working long shifts found the DX 630 far superior to older, less comfortable machines. The DX 630 quickly gained popularity across Germany, France, and the UK. Contractors valued it as a workhorse for heavy-duty tasks, while large farms relied on it for high productivity. Even decades later, many DX tractors remain operational, prized for their ruggedness and iconic engine. For enthusiasts, the DX 630 symbolizes the raw power and innovation of Deutz-Fahr in the 19th. Number 3. Fiat 11090. The Fiat 11090 became one of the most recognizable tractors of the 1980s and a true workhorse for farmers across southern Europe. Introduced in 1984, it featured a 6-cylinder Fiat Iveco diesel engine producing about 110 horsepower. This was considered the perfect balance of power for many medium to large farms, as it could handle plowing, cultivation, seeding, and transport duties without being overly expensive or fuel-hungry. One of the biggest reasons for its success was its simplicity and reliability. The engine was robust and easy to maintain, and the gearbox provided smooth shifting with plenty of gear ratios for different tasks. The tractor's hydraulic system was strong enough for a wide range of implements, making it versatile for mixed farms. Farmers often referred to the 11090 as a do-everything tractor because it could switch easily between fieldwork, transport, and loader duties. The styling of the Fiat 11090 was another factor that made it popular. Designed with input from Pininfarina, it had a modern square look that set it apart from older round-bodied tractors. The cab was comfortable, offering good visibility and better ergonomics than previous Fiat models. This made it appealing not only for its performance but also for its looks and operator experience. The 11090 sold in massive numbers across Italy, Spain, Greece, and other Mediterranean countries, and it was also exported to markets in the Middle East and South America. Its combination of affordability, reliability, and fuel efficiency meant it could compete with more expensive brands like Fendt and Deutz, while offering a more practical choice for average farmers. Today, the Fiat 11090 remains highly sought after by collectors and small farmers alike. Many are still working daily, proving just how durable these machines were. For many European farmers, the 11090 is the symbol of 1980s agriculture. Number 4. Lamborghini 1706 DT. The Lamborghini 1706 DT was a symbol of how Italian tractor makers combined raw power with style. Introduced in the mid-1980s, it stood out as one of the most powerful Lamborghini tractors of its time, delivering around 170 horsepower from a 6-cylinder diesel engine. This put it squarely in the league of high-horsepower machines that large farms and contractors demanded. Lamborghini Trattori had been producing tractors since the post-war years, but by the 1980s, they were carving a reputation for high-performance agricultural machines. The 1706 DT was designed for heavy-duty work, pulling large plows, cultivating vast fields, and powering high-capacity implements. Its robust transmission, four-wheel drive system, and heavy-duty axles ensured that it could cope with tough soil conditions and steep terrain. What made the 1706 DT different from its competitors was its Italian design flair. While other tractors of the era looked functional and square, the Lamborghini carried a sleek, modern look that reflected the brand's connection to luxury automobiles. The cab was spacious and featured ergonomic controls, good visibility, and a more refined environment than many rivals offered. Farmers who invested in a Lamborghini 1706 DT often did so because they wanted not only performance but also prestige. In rural Italy and Spain, owning such a tractor was a statement of success, much like driving a luxury car. Contractors also valued its horsepower and reliability, especially for large-scale operations. Today, the Lamborghini 1706 DT is considered a rare and collectible tractor, because fewer were produced compared to Fiat or Massey Ferguson models. Surviving examples are highly prized by enthusiasts. It represents a unique blend of power, style, and heritage. A tractor that could work all day in the field while turning heads with its design. Number 5. Massey Ferguson 390. The Massey Ferguson 390, part of the company's 300 series, launched in the mid-1980s, became one of the most popular tractors of its era. Introduced in 1986, it featured a Perkins 4-cylinder diesel engine producing around 80 horsepower, which was the ideal size for thousands of family farms across Europe. What made the MF390 stand out was its versatility. It was powerful enough to handle plowing, cultivation, and transport duties, but compact enough to work in tight yards, livestock farms, and mixed farming operations. Its simple yet effective 12-speed gearbox gave farmers the flexibility they needed for different tasks, while its hydraulic system offered reliable performance for a variety of implements. Comfort was another strong point. The MF390 came with a modern cab that featured improved visibility, heating, and better ergonomics compared to earlier models. This made long working days less tiring, and farmers appreciated the investment Massey put into operator experience. The tractor's affordability and ease of maintenance made it especially popular in the UK and Ireland, where small to medium farms needed reliable workhorses. Its reputation quickly spread across Europe and into export markets in Africa and the Middle East, where it thrived in tough conditions thanks to its rugged simplicity. The MF390 was often described as the all-rounder of the decade. Farmers used it for everything from hauling grain trailers to powering balers and loaders. For many, it was the one tractor that could cover nearly every job on the farm. Today, the MF390 is considered a classic collector's item and is still in daily use on many farms. Its balance of power, simplicity, and versatility makes it one of the most enduring models Massey Ferguson ever produced. Number 6. Zetor 7211. The Zetor 7211 was one of the most iconic Eastern European tractors of the 1980s. Built in Czechoslovakia, it became famous for its rugged reliability, low cost, and easy maintenance. Producing around 70 horsepower from a 4-cylinder diesel engine, the 7211 was not the most powerful machine of the decade, but it was perfect for the needs of small to medium-sized farms. One of the 7211's defining qualities was its simplicity. The 10-speed gearbox, straightforward hydraulics, and uncomplicated engine meant that farmers could carry out most maintenance themselves with basic tools. This was particularly important in Eastern Europe, where access to dealerships and specialized mechanics was limited. The cab design was functional but effective. Known for its square, boxy shape, it offered decent visibility and came with power steering, a feature not always standard on tractors of its size at the time. While it lacked the luxury of Western brands like Fendt or Renault, it provided enough comfort for long working hours. The Zetor 7211 became widespread not only in Eastern Bloc countries, but also in Western Europe. Farmers in the UK, Ireland, and Spain began buying Zetors because they offered excellent value for money compared to more expensive brands. Spare parts were cheap and widely available, making the tractor even more appealing. For many small farms, the 7211 was the main tractor, used for plowing, mowing, transport, and even loader work. Its versatility and durability gave it a reputation as a no-nonsense workhorse. Today, the Zetor 7211 remains popular among enthusiasts and small farmers. Many are still working daily, and collectors value them as symbols of Eastern European engineering during the Cold War era. It's a tractor remembered not for luxury, but for its ability to keep going under any circumstances. Number 7. Steyr 8055. Austria's leading tractor manufacturer Steyr produced the 8055 in the early 1980s as part of its push into reliable mid-range tractors. Delivering around 55 horsepower from a 4-cylinder diesel engine, the Steyr 8055 was not built to dominate massive arable farms, but instead targeted mixed farming, grassland, orchards, and vineyards. What made the Steyr 8055 popular was its build quality and versatility. Austrian engineering gave it a durable engine, smooth transmission, and reliable hydraulics. The tractor was easy to handle, compact in size, and maneuverable, making it especially suited to hilly and mountainous terrain in Austria and Switzerland. The cab was another strong feature. Unlike some smaller tractors of the early 1980s that still used open operator platforms, the Steyr 8055 offered a fully enclosed cab with good visibility and protection from the elements. Farmers working in cold climates or rainy conditions appreciated this modern comfort. The 8055 quickly became a favorite for haymaking, loader work, and vineyard tasks. Its ability to switch seamlessly between field operations and transport made it a valuable asset for smaller family farms. While it did not boast the raw power of giants like the Ford TW25 or Deutz DX 630, it offered reliability and efficiency for farmers who needed a dependable everyday machine. Today, the Steyr 8055 holds a place in history as a classic Austrian tractor. Many still operate in specialized roles such as vineyard management or alpine farming, where their compact size and reliability remain useful. Collectors value them for their rarity outside of Central Europe and for their reputation as high-quality, dependable tractors that reflected Austria's engineering excellence. Number 8. Renault 145/54 TX. The Renault 145/54 TX represented the peak of French tractor engineering in the late 1980s. Launched in 1987, it was one of the most powerful Renault tractors of its time, delivering around 145 horsepower from a 6-cylinder MWM diesel engine. It was aimed at large-scale arable farms and contractors who needed serious pulling power. The 145/54 TX featured Renault's Super Comfort cab, which was praised for its excellent visibility, reduced noise levels, and ergonomic controls. Operators found it a pleasant working environment compared to older, more basic designs. For farmers spending 10–12 hours a day in the cab, this was a huge improvement. Its hydraulic system was another highlight, offering high lift capacity and strong PTO performance. This made it capable of handling the largest implements of the decade, including multi-furrow ploughs, seed drills, and heavy cultivators. The transmission was also reliable, with multiple speeds suited to both fieldwork and road travel. The Renault 145/54 TX became popular in France, where large farms were expanding and demanded higher horsepower. It was also exported to Spain, the UK, and other European markets where it competed directly with Fendt, Deutz, and Ford. Farmers appreciated its balance of power, comfort, and reliability, while contractors valued its ability to perform under heavy workloads. Although it wasn't as widely sold as Massey Ferguson or Fiat, the 145/54 made a strong impression among those who owned it. Today, the Renault 145/54 TX is considered a rare collector's tractor, particularly in original condition. It represents a moment when Renault was at the top of its game, before the brand was eventually integrated into class. For enthusiasts, it's a tractor that showcases French innovation during the competitive 1980s. Number 9. Same Explorer 70. The Same Explorer 70 was one of the most successful mid-range tractors of the 1980s. Introduced in 1983, it was designed to offer 70 horsepower in a compact, versatile package suitable for small to medium farms. It quickly became a bestseller for Same, spreading across Europe thanks to its practicality and affordability. The Explorer 70 was powered by a 3-cylinder air-cooled diesel engine, a design Same had perfected over decades. This made it highly reliable, fuel-efficient, and easy to maintain. The tractor came with a 12-speed gearbox and 4-wheel drive, giving it plenty of flexibility for different types of work. The cab was modern and comfortable for its class, with good visibility and ergonomic controls. Farmers appreciated that Same invested in operator comfort even in a mid-sized tractor, something that wasn't always common at the time. The Explorer 70's real strength was its versatility. It could plow small fields, work in vineyards and orchards, power balers, or handle transport duties. For mixed farms, it was often the main tractor, capable of doing almost every job on the farm without being too expensive or fuel-hungry. The tractor's affordability and practicality made it especially popular in Italy and Spain, but it was also exported to other European countries. Farmers valued it as a dependable all-rounder, while contractors sometimes used it as a secondary machine for lighter tasks. Today, the Same Explorer 70 is remembered as one of the company's most important tractors. Many are still working, particularly in vineyards and smaller farms, and collectors value them as icons of Italian engineering in the 1980s. Number 10. Ford TW25. The Ford TW25 was one of the giants of the 1980s, delivering massive 190 horsepower from its turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel engine. Built in the UK and marketed across Europe, it was designed for large arable farms and contractors who needed raw pulling power. The TW25 featured a heavy-duty 16-speed transmission, robust axles, and powerful hydraulics that could lift the heaviest implements of the decade. It was ideal for pulling big plows, seed drills, and cultivators, and it handled transport work with equal confidence. Its sheer size and presence made it one of the most imposing tractors of its time. The cab, known as the Q cab, offered comfort, visibility, and noise reduction, making it a far cry from older, noisier Ford models. Operators appreciated the improved environment, especially during long days in the field. Farmers loved the TW25 because it was simple, reliable, and powerful. It didn't rely on overly complex electronics, which meant it could be maintained relatively easily. Contractors especially valued it because it could cover large areas of land efficiently, boosting productivity during tight seasonal windows. The TW series, including the TW25, became legendary in Britain and Ireland, where large farms required high-horsepower tractors. Its reputation quickly spread across Europe, and it became one of the most respected models of the decade. Today, the Ford TW25 is a cult classic, highly prized by collectors and vintage enthusiasts. At tractor shows, its size and power still draw crowds, and many restored models are considered centerpieces of collections. For many farmers, it represents the peak of Ford's tractor production in Europe during the 1980s. And there you have it, 10 European tractors that truly defined the 1980s. From the mighty Ford TW25 to the reliable Zetor 7211, each of these machines left a lasting mark on farming history. Some were built for raw power, some for comfort, and others for sheer toughness, but all of them earned their place as icons of the decade. Which one was your favorite? Or better yet, did you or your family farm with any of these legendary tractors back in the day? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip back to the fields of the 80s, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next countdown of legendary farming machines. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those tractors running strong.